Welcome back to Got the Magnet, and we're your hosts, Joe and Sue. For those of you not familiar with us, we are full time traveling right now. About a year ago, we sold our home and most of our possessions, and we're just traveling the world full time. We're in the process of traveling across the Atlantic from Port Canaveral, Florida, to Barcelona, Spain. We're the Explorer of the Seas on a 14-day cruise. We're giving you daily updates on what it's like on these crossings. Day three was the first day we had to deal with the time change. We changed times 6 times during the course of this cruise so we can adjust for the time difference between Florida and Spain. This one wasn't bad because having dealt our entire lives with daylight savings time didn't feel much different than that. So we got up, and what do we do first thing in the morning?
We went to the jogging track.
It was nice. It wasn't empty. Like 6:15 in the morning, you would expect many people up there. There was about a dozen people, some walking, some jogging, but it was very nice up there. You could see the sunrise coming up. I think a couple of the crew were on deck taking pictures of the sunrise, and got my 16 laps in, which is a little, it's exactly 2 miles. If you didn't follow our first video, I am trying to do a marathon on this cruise. A little behind where I should be, but I do have time to make it up. And after jogging, what do we do?
Went to get breakfast.
We went to the main dining room, which is a lot more civilized than going up to a Windjammer. You may have to wait a few minutes to be seated, but then you have the wait staff. It's a more limited menu, but I was in the mood for French toast and strawberry parfait. And what did you get?
Blueberry parfait and chorizo tortilla.
How was that?
It was okay. There was some chorizo in there, but it wasn't what I expected. I expected it to be hot, and it didn't have it.
We wound up talking to the couple next to us. That's something we're in the habit of doing, engaging in conversations with people who may not be seated at the same table as us, but in close proximity. Most of them do seem willing to talk. After we came back and we recorded our video, for the rest of the morning, we worked on editing that video. Again, one of the downsides to this lifestyle is while others are sitting by the pool, we actually need to work. But we've got this into a pretty good system. Sue works in the cabin, and I work up in the RC online. For lunch, we went to the main dining room.
Yes.
I had the mozzarella sticks. I can't pass up a good mozzarella stick. Honestly, I can't remember what I had for lunch.
Beef quesadilla.
Beef quesadilla, yes. For some reason, I keep forgetting the beef quesadilla. I even forgot after I ordered it what I had. Do you remember what you had?
And the tomato salad with goat cheese, which I didn't particularly like the goat cheese. I thought would have been better with the mozzarella cheese.
Well, I'll put a picture of it up on the screen. But that's the thing is, after a while, all these meals do run together. In the morning, we did go down to the Cafe Promenade where they had a chat with the ship's officers. And we got to meet the hotel director, services director, IT director, and Chris, the cruise director, who we had met previously on Grandeur of the Seas a few months ago. That was a nice little thing. It was very informal, like a reception where you could just chat on any subject. We asked and wanted to learn more about the background on all these directors. They all seem to have a passion for sailing. They've been doing this many years, and this is the type of thing where you really need to have the passion to get it done. After lunch, I think I took a nap again, didn't I?
You take a nap every day.
I take several naps a day. It's quite nice. I don't think we did much in the afternoon, did we?
Mm.
I think we just worked on some more videos. Dinner time, we went to the main dining room, and it was Italian night. What did you have?
Caesar salad and a chicken parmesan.
I had fried risotto balls that were really good, and the lasagna, which was good. But because Sue and I couldn't decide whether chicken parmesan or lasagna, we wound up splitting it in half and sharing it. The wait staff was very attentive. They kept saying, if you don't like it, you can send it back and we'll get you something else. I'm like, no, we're splitting it. They were very attentive as far as making sure we were enjoying our meal and more than willing to replace it if we didn't like it. What'd you have for dessert?
Cheese plate with fig chutney, celery, and a couple saltine crackers.
How was that?
It was good.
I had an oat and berry bar. It was like a granola type thing. Not really that great, but I did make up for it because I did go up on deck for my ice cream cone afterwards. With the Italian night, a lot of people get excited because they can get the tiramisu. We're not big fans of tiramisu. After dinner, we went up to the show in the main showroom, the Palace Theater. It was Invitation to Dance. And what type of show was it?
It was a ballet and Latin dance infused together.
It was a very high energy show. It was one of their three production shows that they're going to be going over the course of this week. It was very entertaining. Instead of going to bed, we decided to go check out a game show on deck five at the Star Lounge. They were finishing up with rock and roll karaoke, which is instead of having the pre-taped background music, they have a live band play while you sing. There's some really good singers and not some so great singers, but the crowd was behind all of them and especially gave encouragement to those who you could tell were a little nervous and didn't have the best singing. At least they got up and did it. The game show, it was called Blankety Blank. It's sort of like a match game, fill in the blank type thing, where six people are given a question, they have to give an answer.
You were
Yes,
one of them.
I was one of them, and it is rated over 18. So we got a little risque on there, but we had some fun. I'm never one to miss the opportunity for a cheap laugh, and I got several cheap laughs. I took the early lead, but I finished in towards the end of the contest. At least it was a lot of fun. We had fun up there, but we didn't get to bed until after midnight. With the time change, it started to hit us the next morning, and we'll talk more about that on our day 4 update. Please come along with us on these journeys, and remember to like and subscribe this video. Put any questions you have about the Explore the Seas or cruising in the comments section, and we'll either respond there or in one of our upcoming videos. Looking forward to having you join us on our travels, and thanks again for watching Got the Magnet.
Please follow on Instagram and Facebook.